y'all? It's your girl Gemini Jazz with House of Chiron, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome in for the first time. This has been quite some time that I've been able to do a video, but this is not going to be my typical astrology forecast video. So once again, if you are new, welcome in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you will not miss a beat. Okay, and if you are returning, welcome back. I know I have not been here for quite some time, but I am back. I am here. So this is just going to be like a updated kind of video. So hopefully it won't take long, but I have a lot to update you all on. So first and foremost, I have a few quick announcements. Just I'm back. I am well. I have my voice. It still goes in and out every now and then, but for the most part, I have my voice. I can speak, and um, yeah, I am not under the weather anymore. Also, the Chiron candles are fully stocked. So if you are looking for a candle, go ahead and hit the description box and you can get the candles. You can find the link to my website if you are interested in a reading. If you are looking to purchase any of the monthly readings that I have by sign, you can do so on my website. And those are going for $10 on my website. In June will be uploaded very soon. The year ahead readings are now half off, so you can find those on my website as well. They were originally $16.99, so it's half of that. I think it's like $7.50 or something like that. So either way, yeah, that's really all the updates that I have because it's really not that kind of video, but yeah. So let's just get into it. Where have I been? What's been going on? Um, so I have like all my notes here in front of me. So it's really not a typical video like how I normally just like spit things off the top of my head. Um, so yeah, basically, where have I been? What's been going on? Well, let's start off with I took a break from doing readings and um, doing the weekly astrology forecast, the galactic gossip. So I took that break not because the initial reason was not because I needed a break or I was tired or I was exhausted. That was not the initial reason. I later came on to discover that to be the reason why all this kind of transpired. But yeah, so on April the 19th, I started having a sore throat. Okay, so astrologically, April 19th, April 20th was when the sun entered into Taurus. So if you know me by now, you all should kind of have an idea that I am a Gemini sun. I have an Aries moon, but I am also a Taurus rising. Okay, so that means that the sun moved into my first house where the focus was me, the light, the sun was shining on me. So I started having a sore throat around that time. It was like literally the start of Taurus season, but it wasn't like where where I couldn't speak at that point. It was more so like just a little soreness, a little irritation. It was a little dry, nothing alarming. You think it's going to just pass in a day or so and you'll be fine. Well, no, here we are almost, well, we are definitely a month later. And yeah, so anywho, so that week it was probably, what was that, like a Tuesday? So that week I started having like some weakness in my body, feeling real tired, exhausted. So I was just kind of taking it easy. And, then the absolutely no voice came on the evening of the 23rd, which was a Saturday. So after that happened, my health just went downhill. Okay. So from April the 23rd, I did not have a voice at all. It was basically down to a whisper. And, I'm a Gemini. So, like, you want to torture a Gemini, tell them to be quiet. Like, how? How do we do that? What is that? Be quiet. Um, you know, I don't know. I don't know how I survived not speaking, but here I am, resilient and strong. But anywho, so after that, my health kind of declined. After that, I got some congestion. I started getting a cough. I didn't have a fever or anything like that, but the weakness and the lethargy was really next level for me. It was where I could barely move. I couldn't even do like the normal things. Like I couldn't cook. It was just really bad to where even my motivation was really not there. Like I was not motivated to do anything but lay about. So my voice didn't come back to about 90% until Mother's Day. So around May 8th. So that will give you about, or give me about 3 weeks of no talking, like no words, whispering. And I was really getting worried, like, is my voice ever going to come back? Is it going to be the same? Like, am I going to have surgery? Is there something going on with like the nodes in my voice, my vocal cords or whatever? Like I had all these different fears and all kind of stuff going on. So, the weakness, the cough, the congestion, all those different things on top of not being able to speak and then my voice being gone for so long. And I've never had it to where my voice was gone that long. Like, I don't even remember the last time I lost my voice. I probably was a kid. Yeah, I don't even remember. Anywho, so now also around May the 3rd, I broke out in hives all over my hands and all over my feet. Okay, so that is let's add the astrology into this, right? So Sun in Taurus on that day, on the 23rd, when I absolutely had no voice. That was when Mercury was conjunct the North Node in my first house, right, in Taurus. So that was like, you're not focusing on yourself. You're doing things for other people. You're not focusing on your motivations, where you're supposed to be going. And so nervous system breakdown, right? So that's when your immune system gets weak, right? So that happened. Now, with me breaking out in hives, that happened around May the 3rd. So on May the 2nd, I believe that's when Venus moved into Aries. Okay. So May the 2nd, Venus moved into Aries. Aries is in my 12th house. So that's the house of hidden enemies. That's the house of healing and spirituality, creativity. All, excuse me, see how it goes in and out. I get choked up a lot still. Anyway, so it's the house that rules all those different things. So I'm really taking heed to everything because I'm very spiritual, very intuitive, and being in the spiritual world, we need to protect ourselves because we are open. Our energetic fields are very sensitive anyway. So we're open to all types of energies and whatnot. So I was just taking heed to all these things. And then also with Venus moving into my 12th house, I started having dreams, and Mercury, just moved into my first house at this point. So I'm like, okay, getting more intuitive downloads, getting more, different perception of myself, and all these different things are going on a spiritual level. So that's when that happened on May the 3rd, and Venus had just moved into Aries. So I was like, I got hives. Now, if you are anywhere or any type of aware of like, evil eye or ojo, right? Mal de ojo, then like that's one of the things that, or one of the symptoms of evil eye is, bumps on the hands and the feet, that kind of thing. So I was like, did somebody send me evil eye? Oh my goodness. All of that. So yeah, I took that into consideration, but I was not absolutely sure or certain if that's what that was. So that's neither here nor there. So the sun was in Taurus during this time, April 19th, April 20th, and that's in my first house. So then Mars moved into Pisces, right, on April the 15th. So that is in my 11th house. So this is like spiritual warfare going on towards me achieving my goals and going after the things that, that I have a vision for in my life. But also this is about like, the large organizations and the people I connect with, right? My associations and things like that. So it could be a spiritual warfare going on in regards to that. So I was like, okay, that's my 11th house. That's about my goals. And I'm really in like this upward momentum movement and achieving these things. And I'm really like on this grind energy, right? But there's so many different aspects to this that's going on, right? So Now, not to mention, we had the Libra full moon that happened, right? And so Libra is in my 6th house. So that's the house of health. That's the house of my daily habits, my daily routines, my work, and the people that I work with. Okay. It's also the house of open enemies. So this Libra full moon in my 6th house, kind of showed me, it illuminated how the stress in my daily habits, my daily routines, the work-life balance that I lack, right? How it is not only a strain on my health, but it's also a strain on my relationships, right? So, and it's not just because, Libra is of relationships. So it's not just like, intimate relationships, but it's all of my relationships. Like, how do I find the time? How do I balance the time? But also, keeping in mind that I still need to be focusing on myself. I still need to be doing the things that bring me pleasure, right? Towards first house and, building what it is that I'm meant to be building at this time. So, thinking about all of that because, Taurus is the one that it kind of builds the things, right? So I was considering like really taking note, doing a lot of journaling about all of these things. So, anywho, now, keep in mind that also we had Mercury make a conjunction with Uranus on the 18th, okay, of April. So this happened in my first house also. So this is a nervous system trigger, okay? So this is stress. So this is also lots of what I was feeling. I was already feeling down, but on the 18th, right before I started feeling down, Mercury conjunct Uranus. Now, nervous system issues. On the 24th of April, Mercury conjunct the North Node, right? So that's what I was talking about, not focusing on myself, not focusing on my motivations, not really like still considering other things, right? And not necessarily putting my aspirations or my motivations first, right? So, and also even just kind of putting my purpose on the back burner or utilizing or basically just using life experiences as an excuse to not achieve what I'm supposed to be achieving or, focusing on my purpose or doing what I'm supposed to be doing, basically. So that was that. Now, Pluto went retrograde on April the 29th in my 9th house. So this is about my beliefs, it's about my path, right? And, the different philosophies that I hold and all those different things. So, with Pluto going retrograde, it's like this detox energy. So literally I was detoxing at that time. I was, trying my best to get better. I was not able to speak still, like completely, and my voice was gone. Okay. And having to figure out a way of still doing my work without not overexerting myself. So it was a lot to do with my beliefs that I needed to be, posting on Instagram 3 or more times a day, doing weekly videos to keep my audience, engaged, or overexerting myself in the work that I do, in order to be deemed successful, or in order to achieve, all these beliefs that I had were just crumbling right before me, because I was not able to speak. I was not able to work. I had no motivation to work. I literally have not done a video since, I don't know, sometime in April. Here we are in May. So yeah, all of these things, all these beliefs and things were just kind of crumbling, and I was detoxing myself from these ideas and these ideologies that were not of me and also did not resonate with who I am, right? As being a Taurus rising, like, yes, I can work, yes, I can achieve, but I still need to take time, at least half of my day needs to be doing things that bring me pleasure, doing things that fill me up, that recharge me, especially with my moon being in my 12th house. I need to do things that is going to help me recharge. And it might be things I have to do alone, right? It might be in seclusion, but since it's an Aries moon, I have to do something active, right? I have to be moving, I have to be doing things. So it was right before I got sick that I began like going back out and doing my hikes that I was doing before. I had been doing those, for quite some time, for years. And I had like stopped doing hikes because, you know, the work had consumed me. That was my excuse. Like, oh my God, I got so much work to do. I have to do this, I have to do that. And I just didn't get out, right? I was just always here in front of the screen, talking to y'all, giving y'all deets and the details and all the things, right? So still not allowing myself to decompress, not allowing myself to recharge and receive the downloads that I need to receive. So really, I have been doing a disservice to all of y'all, right? Including myself. So that's that. Now we have that new moon that happened on April the 30th in Taurus, and that was the first eclipse of the year. And so this happened in my first house, and this is when things, you know, this is right before I broke out into the hives. Okay, so with that being said, it was like me recognizing, it was at that moment that I recognized the crisis that I have basically created for myself, right? You know, the universe always shows up and it forces you into a way of seeing what you refuse to see, you know. And it's not that I, you know, we all have a level of self-awareness, but we can always have more, right? So for me, it was just really seeing myself, right? That eclipse, it was a new moon. And also I needed to, you know, set new intentions towards taking care of myself, right? Self-care. So I have Taurus rising, self-care, you know, making sure that I drape myself in the things that are luxurious to me, whatever that luxury may be, you know? So that is what has been going on. Now, I mentioned that I broke out in hives on May the 3rd. And so that was all over my hands and all over my feet. So that's Gemini and Pisces energy, right? Because Gemini rules the limbs, Pisces rules the feet. Now, mind you, I mentioned that Mars had moved into Pisces right before this. And that's in my 11th house, which is Pisces, right? So it's about my goals. It's about my, you know, me achieving these things. And I was talking about how it has like that energy of spiritual warfare, right, associated with it. So that was that. Now, also with the Gemini energy, I have Gemini in my second house. It's about my relationships. It's about my partnerships. It's about my material possessions and the things that I value, right? The things that are mine. So just to be transparent, there is a situation that I have currently, you know, going on in my life to where I believe that maybe Oho was sent to me, whether they know it or not, because a lot of the times they don't know that what they're doing, right? They just envy what you have, right? So with that, it was kind of like an awareness. Now I received a dream about all of this, and it was a dream basically that had nothing to do with, you know, Oho, but in the dream, what woke me up from the dream was this loud voice saying that a person sent me evil eye, and it is someone that I know, and the person sent me evil eye, and I needed to protect myself. So of course I do just that, had to, you know, guard up. You see, I have my hamster hand on. I've been wearing my Oho, not always wear my Oho bracelet. And just recently my Oho bracelet broke. Okay. I've been having this Oho bracelet for at least 4 years. Okay. So I was like, okay, all of this is happening all at the same time because I need to have my awareness up. I need to be protective of myself in several different ways, including me taking care of myself, including me taking breaks and finding a new way of doing my work to where I am still feeling like I am fulfilled in my work, you know, my passions, but also still feeling as though I'm providing y'all what y'all deserve, right? The information, the news, you know, the updates. So with all of that being said, this is my updated video. This is where I have been. I have been taking care of myself, focusing on my family. I'm not sure if many of you know, but I have 4 children, 2 that I actually gave birth to, and I have 2 bonus babies. So I have 2 boys and 2 girls. The boys are older, they're teenagers, and I have 2 littles, you know, the girls, they are, you know, still in elementary. So you know, it's a balance. And I have a whole partner here. We got this whole house. So there's a lot that I manage, not to mention, you know, I have House of Chiron, and there's different branches of House of Chiron. There's different things that go into House of Chiron, right? So, and it's a one-woman show. It is me, Jasmine, Gemini Jazz, that manages, you know, the membership, right? And in the membership, there's so many different levels to that, right? You know, I have the monthly videos that I do. I have the meetings that we link up and do twice a month. You know, all of those things. And then I have, you know, Reiki that I also offer to clients. So then I have the Reiki infused candles. So I'm the one that's creating these things. And basically what I was shown was that I have created this. This is what I've created for myself. This is a life that I have built for myself. And I may have bit off more than I could chew. And not saying that I can't do all the things, but I just need to find an efficient way of doing the things that I desire and that I love without killing myself, right? You know, it's that mindset, you know, especially with Black women, you know, African American women, Black women, women of color, however you would like to identify. I'm an Afro Latina, so I'm all the way through it, right? So we have been conditioned to carry depression and carry our resilience and strength with grace. And so it can be overlooked, right? We can be overlooked, right? Because we always are deemed strong and that we can do it all. And in our minds, we have that superhero syndrome, right? That superwoman syndrome where we show up in the ways of doing it all. And I'm at this point to where I don't want to be strong. I don't want to be resilient. I don't want to be having to do it all. I don't want to feel as though I have to show up and always do everything, even when I'm being offered help, right? So many times I have been offered help and I'm like, oh no, I got it. The hell? No, it's okay to get help. It's okay. And so just really tapping into my own healing and understanding what that is and what that looks like and what needs to, you know, not necessarily, you know, be demonized. It's more so like a level of acceptance of who it is that I am and why I am. And doing all these things that I need to do, focusing on myself, journaling more, getting into my divination practices with consistency, right? So honoring my ancestors, putting food and money and, you know, pouring the libations for them on a consistent basis. And, you know, that fills me up, you know, to give back to them. Because it is not without them that I am able to hold a degree in psychology, that I am able to have the things I have and share the knowledge that I have to give to you all. So, you know, all these things fill me up. And, you know, it took me to sit the hell down and shut the hell up to receive the news and the insight, the downloads, the information and the messages that I needed to start, you know, making sure that I start having, like, making some change, right? So I will not be doing galactic gossip every week. I will be doing galactic gossip twice a month. So I will be doing a reading for the 1st through the 15th. I'll be doing a reading for the 16th through the end of the month, the 30th and or 31st, however the month ends. And I'll just be breaking them up in 2 different readings. Now, also, I will probably be doing like short videos, maybe 5-10 minute videos here and there when it is feasible for my time, my energy, and my schedule, and all those good things, and what I have going on in my life. I'll be doing videos on like major transits that might be coming up, because I feel like that is going to be more beneficial to you all, but also to me. And you know, galactic gossip is going to shift to probably only going once a month, where I talk about all the energy for the whole month, and then I do specific transits. But in the meantime, for the month of June, we will be breaking it up into 2 videos a month, and then seeing what happens with that, and if that, you know, fills me up. So it's going to be like a test drive right now to see what can change. I'm still in the process of building my YouTube. I'm not going to say I gave up on Instagram, but You know, I got hacked on Instagram, by the way. So if you follow me on Instagram, I only have one account, and that is the only account. I will never hop into your inbox and try and do your reading. I don't do that. So, but anyway, so it's not that I gave up on Instagram. It's just more so like my focus has shifted from Instagram because the need, you know, to always like post 3 times a day, or, you know, do these things in order to grow, you know, your following. And it's like, I don't want to have to follow these set rules that say you have to basically kill yourself and come up with this content to bring people into you. And it's kind of like, I'm really just in alignment with, if people need to receive the message from me, they will find me. The universe will send them my way. I'm not forcing shit. I'm not doing it. I attract, I don't chase. I am receptive in my energy. I am a Taurus rising, and I have Venus and Lilith in Taurus on my ascendant. I attract, I do not chase. So it gives me that working horse or worker mule, whatever the phrase is. It gives me that vibe that I have to always be in this, you know, Mars kind of energy. And although I have a Mars ruled moon, Venus is my chart ruler. So I prefer to show up in that energy. Yeah, so that's going to change. Galactic Gossip is going to change. I will not be posting on Instagram all of the transits per day, because even with that, I was the one creating the graphics, right? So I'm creating the graphics. I'm also writing these blogs, right, on all the energy that you all get. If you're following my Instagram, I write that every month, right? So writing horoscopes every month, that is exhausting. And I got like a confirmation that it was exhausting and it was really depleting me when I had like I was thinking about it, right? I was like, dang, these horoscopes are just really taking a lot of time, and it's keeping me from being able to do the other things that I would like to do. Like I want to do my other videos. I want to upload like my Chiron through the signs video. I want to start doing tutorial videos on how to identify, you know, certain things. I want to talk about the sun through the signs, the moon through the signs, the houses, you know, there's a sun in this house. And, you know, I just have so many ideas and so many things that I can share. But me doing these horoscopes have only kept me from doing horoscopes and posting on Instagram, doing the graphics on Instagram, and then sharing with y'all galactic gossip. And then even that became hard, where I was like starting to become late on sharing galactic gossip every week. And I was just like, it's too much. It's too much for me to do all of that, and then still having to manage the things that actually bring me you know, finances. That it brings me my liquids into my business, me still having to focus on things that make me money while still doing these things. And the things that I offer are free, right? So the things on Instagram are free to you all. And it's like, you know, it's a lot of time that goes into it. And it's like, yeah, it helps me, but and it fills me up, and it also helps you all. And that's the part of it that fills me up. But at the same time, it began to deplete me. So I needed to make a change, because what I love to do should not ever feel like work. And that's how I feel. And it began to feel like work. And if that's the case, I'll go back to corporate America. Okay. And I just can't do that. I just cannot do that. So anywho, let me see, what else do I have? There might be some other changes coming down the pipeline, but that's all of the updates that I have for you all. The video for June, for the first 2 weeks of June, should be coming out very soon. So keep watching that. And I will be connecting with you all here and there. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, I have a Facebook, go and like my Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on all the platforms. So yeah, that's what I got. Thank y'all for listening to all of this. And once again, if you are new and this is the first time you tuning in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because things are going to definitely be changing. There's going to be a lot more content coming out here on my YouTube, because it's easier for me to do videos than other things. So I just, you know, will be uploading a lot, and there's going to be different varieties of information that comes out here. All right. So thank y'all for being patient, and thank y'all for still being here when I return. And yeah, I love y'all. Bye.